Hey guys, what's up? It's R-DiK here, also Duelist 12, coming at you with another deck profile. Now, I know I do deck profiles a lot. Deck profiles are fun to me. I love doing them, and plus also getting ready for regionals this year. And this is the deck I'm going to take there. Pretty excited. It's a update of the old profile I did probably like 2 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. But I'm really excited to bring it to you guys again with a better updated version of the deck. Now, something that I've really come to heart with the deck is the fact that I've done a lot of research, and this is something I've really wanted. It's a tier 1 hero build. The other build that's on my channel, the previous profile I did, it's not a tier 1, it's definitely tier 2, because heroes, because of Dark Law or Dank Law, whatever you call him, turns the deck into a tier 2 deck, guaranteed no matter what. I mean, there is tier 3 hero decks, but they don't run the heroes like this. If you just run like the old heroes they used to have, which was Goka, I mean, no one really ran Goka, but the Diane and the Acid, that's probably a tier 3, tier 2 at the most. But because of Dark Law, definitely the deck is a tier 1, and I've made it a tier 1, and I'm so excited to say that I have a tier 1 hero build. This is a full extra deck, full side deck, obviously full main deck. Deck profile of my heroes that I will be taking to regionals. Why is that a thing? God dang it, that is so unprofessional. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I'm so sorry about that. But I'm sorry for not posting a video last week. You guys will definitely get two videos this week. 2 videos. So we're going to jump right into this deck profile, now that I'm done with all the updates and explanations and stuff like that. Just like before, I am running 3 Shadow Mist, because Shadow Mist is amazing. It's definitely amazing. Like before in the old deck profile, I explained somewhat of how the deck is, but I'm going to definitely go into a little bit more depth of how the deck works and runs and all that sort of fun stuff. But Shadow Mist is amazing because you get a Searcher, plus it's a Dark, plus the Searchers are quick play spells for Mass Changers. Wow, that space was ugly. Excuse me. The deck definitely runs better because we haven't had Stratos in probably 2-3 years. So the fact that we have a new Searcher, Shadow Mist, is amazing, and I love it so much. Bubble Man, I run 2 of. I'm happy with the 2 Bubble Man. Sometimes I wish I did have a 3rd one, but 2 is still nice. It was only every once in a while where I needed that 3rd one, but 2 is definitely happy. I'm very happy with it, and there's nothing else I can complain about Bubble Man. Bubble Man is used for the Acid or the Absolute Zero summons. I'll explain the Absolute Zero Acid combo when I get to the extra deck. I run 2 Blaze Man. I did a little bit, like in my past, the other video, I talked about Blaze Man a little bit. Blaze Man is a good card because you get to search for the poly, which I do run 1 poly now. And plus, you also get to send 1 hero from the deck to the grave, and he becomes that monster, gains the attribute plus the attack and defense, which is it's good and bad. I can't really complain, I guess you can say, about that. The only negative to the effect is all you can do is fusion summon elemental hero monsters after you do the search, or after you do the send. He's basically a Foolish Burial, which is awesome because I don't want to draw into Bubble Man. I definitely want to search into it with Shadow Mist, or want to keep it in the deck for Blaze Man effects, because there's a nasty combo I like to use. And the last hero of the deck is Elemental Hero Alias. Alias, I used to run 2, now I only run 1. The reason why is because Blaze Man, Elemental Hero 420 Blaze it, he is awesome. He is amazing. He Alias at 1 is amazing. Like, sorry, I'm getting off track. I'm so sorry. But Alias at 1 is good because, I mean, I never really... Only time I used Alias is for the Kogas or the 19 beat stick. So the fact that it was at 2 got annoying and somewhat cloggy. So having him at 1, I think, is better. That takes care of all the heroes of the deck. Now we're moving on to the non-hero monsters of the deck. Pretty standard. 2 Goblinberg. Goblinberg is used for either the overlay plays, because it's all of them are 4s. All the monsters in this deck are 4s. So it's Goblinberg is used for the overlay plays, or to special summon Shadow Mist out, and search for the mass change. So that's all he's really used for. And then I also run 2 Summoner Monk. That's pretty standard as well. I think it's pretty normal to see 2 Goblinberg, 2 Summoner Monk. Some people may say, oh, I run 1 of each, or I only run Goblinberg, or I only Summoner Monk. I think running both is nice, because with Rhoda, or Reinforcements of the Army, you can search out Goblinberg and any of the other heroes. And Summoner Monk, he's good because you run a Hero Lives. At least I do. I run Hero Lives, which a Hero Lives is a great pitch card for the deck, because for Summoner Monk, because you definitely have a scarce amount of spells that you actually want to pitch with Summoner Monk. So having a Hero Lives, which it does the exact same thing, only without the minus of half your life points, it's a nice card to have to be like, oh, I can pitch that and it's no negative effects, really. Granted, you're using 2 special summoning cards to special summon 1 monster, but I still think it's worth it. And then that takes care of the monsters. When we go on to the spells, the spells started off, pretty generic. 3 mass change. Mass change, you target a hero, send it to grave, special summon a masked hero with the same attribute. Now, mass change you can also use with Shadow Mist and get the search off, because the search for Shadow Mist is when it's sent to grave. Sending it to grave with mass change does also get you your search. Same thing as like other discard type of things. Like if you, for some odd reason, you run something where you need to discard stuff with Shadow Mist, you can send Shadow Mist and you get the effect. You get the search effect. Same thing with the overlay. If you overlay Shadow Mist with anything and you detach, you do get the send search play, because it's just sent to grave. Now, I run 3 Hero Lives, like I was explaining, with Summoner Monk. It's a great card. I mean, it doesn't really matter. If you pay half your life points and you win, you win. It doesn't matter what it takes to win, as long as you win. So running 3 Hero Lives is great, because you see it when you don't see Summoner Monk. It's a great 2 to 3 or 3 to 2 ratio. Granted, you can only run 2 Summoner Monk to begin with, but it's essentially you're doing the same thing. If you just send the Hero Lives, you're using the Hero Lives. Plus, also, it gives you a free overlay if you really, really want to. So it's really nice. The next card is Reinforcements of the Army, or Rhoda, as some of the professionals call it, like I do. Rhoda is great. You search out any level 4 or lower warrior monster, and you can search out anything but Summoner Monk. That's the only downfall of running Summoner Monk, is it's a spellcaster. So you can't really search it out with Rhoda or anything else. But at least you have this to search out your Goblinberg or your Shadow Mist to go into it, because you use Shadow Mist to search out the Bubble Man, Blaze Man, or Alias. That's about it for Rhoda. The next card I run is Miracle Fusion. Now, in my old profile, if you go check it out, you can definitely see the differences in the deck. I used to run 3 Miracle Fusion. Now I only run 2 because I run Poly and Blaze Man. Excuse me. It's a really good card to combo with. You easily just Poly, boom, you get out someone, and then you Miracle Fusion, get out someone else. It is an amazing play. I love it so much. It's definitely a top deck card to do mid to late game. Next card I run is Mass Charge. I run 2, just like before. But Mass Charge is great because it makes things float as well as your change. Because you really need to protect the castle, which the castle is Darklaw. So it's all about, this deck is all about getting out Darklaw. So, yeah, that's just about it for the Mass Charge. It's just to get your heroes back and your changes back. I run 2 Forbidden Lance. Forbidden Lance is an amazing card for the deck. It's definitely something that I think was needed. Some people will still pick MST over this. I'm going to tell you now, I do run both. I run MST and Forbidden Lance. Forbidden Lance is great because it, again, protects the castle. Plus, also, it can make things small that want to run over Dark Law. The best thing you could do with it is anything that is 31 or lower. Between 24 and 31, if they want to punch into your Dark Law, just drop a Forbidden Lance and mess it up. The only bad part is something that I will warn you to watch out for in the deck. If you chain Mass Change and you have Shadow Mist on the field, be warned, Forbidden Lance is a way to stop the Mass Change from targeting Shadow Mist, because it's easy to just be like, okay, I activate Mass Change. Okay, your opponent changed Forbidden Lance, targets Shadow Mist, Forbidden Lance goes off first, loses 800 attack, so now it's a 200 monster on the field. Plus, Mass Change does not send it to grave and affect it. So that's just something I want to just point out since I'm on Forbidden Lance. Forbidden Lance is a good card for the deck, plus also it is a deadly card for the deck as well. Next card I run, like I said, is I run Mystical Space Typhoon, or MST, professional name, or the slang professional name, whatever. It's great, you just pop back row, you just set it and pop the back row. It's a really solid card, that's why I run both, and it is something, Forbidden Lance and MST is something, one of the two cards that I say or one of the two sets of cards I say you could actually take out for some of the side deck cards. For the one-ofs, I run Poly, which is top deck, Book of Moon is answer, and Raigeki is the, mess your stuff up. Or clear board, as I call it. Top deck, answer, clear board. Next card I run is Form Change. Form Change is something I think is really nice. You target a hero fusion monster, send it back to extra deck, and special summon a masked hero with the same level. Not necessarily the same attribute, but definitely the same level, but different name. Or original level. So it's just something I think is important. I honestly would pick this over Mass Change too. So it's just something to keep in mind for people who are building the deck. Moving on to traps. Traps are pretty simple. I did a lot of changes in the traps. I used to run a lot, and now I only run a total of 7 traps in the main deck. I run for 2 Fiendish Chain. Fiendish Chain is nice. It stops attacks of effect monsters, plus it stops effects. So it's a really nice card to just run for staple-ish. I run 2 Mirror Force. Mirror Force is great. I used to run 2 Mirror Force, 2 Dimensional Prison. The reason why I only run Mirror Force now is for the fact that, Mirror Force or Dimensional Prison, it only banishes, and plus that's what you have Dark Law for. Dark Law is the card to do all your banishing. So I run 2, and then my one-ofs is I run 1 compulsory evacuation device, to send the monsters back to the hand. 1 bottomless, because bottomless, and 1 solemn warning. Again, just because I run a hero lives doesn't mean I'm not going to run warning. Like I said, just because you're paying half your life points to use a hero lives doesn't mean you cannot run solemn warning. Solemn warning is still a great card. Winning is winning. That takes care of the whole main deck. We're going to go into the extra deck now. Extra deck is pretty simple. I run 2 Dark Law, protect the castle. It's all about Dark Law. There's a reason I don't run 3 Dark Law, only because if you run 3, you don't have a lot of space. It takes away from other things you can run. So I run 1 Dark Law. It's a macrocosmos for your opponent. Plus, if they search stuff, which is like what every deck does nowadays, searches things, he banishes. 1 Acid, and I'm gonna go ahead and point this out now. I run Absolute Zero as well. The greatest combo of all time is to fusion summon either Miracle or Poly, Absolute Zero out, and either Form Change or Mass Change, Absolute Zero, send him back or just send him to grave. He leaves field, wipes all monsters. Acid hits board, and drops all spells and traps. It is the ultimate board wipe for the deck. I also run 1 Anki. Anki is, just punches for game. It's like just a bigger Gaia, or a cowboy, really. And it searches, plus when it destroys a monster by battle, you get to search out your mass changes. Masked Hero, Vapor to protect Dark Law. 1 Koga. Koga is the light target. It's amazing. It just becomes a giant beat stick mostly. 1 Master Diane and 1 Divine Wind. These are the 2 guys that you would use form change on. He is a Nova Master. As soon as I get a Nova Master, that's going to become a Nova Master. Divine Wind is. So you can switch out if you can't afford the Nova Master, then you could just run Divine Wind form change. Or if you can afford the Nova Master and just don't have one, then you can run Divine Wind until then. And Master Diane to search out more, to special summon more monsters and drop for more game. I run 1 Elemental Hero, the Shining, to make him really big because I run Miracle Fusion. Why not? I can make him 32, no problem. 1 Master Hero, or Elemental Hero, Gaia. Gaia just takes care of big things. It is your answer for a lot of stuff. Towers, I think it's iffy, but basic Gaia is your answer for big guys. And then 1 Contrast Hero, Chaos. He's really good. He is I see him as a 1-turn skill drain. You could just target anything during either player's turn and, doesn't have an effect for the turn. So it's really nice. Plus, it's a big 3K monster. It just takes 2 Masked Heroes, and it's always considered an E hero. So you can Miracle Fusion him with 2 Masked Heroes in grave. And then the XYZ monster of the deck is one Cowboy. Cowboy does damage. Cowboy for game. 1 Black Strip of Corn to target little things that are annoying, that are going to stay on the field. And 1 Honor Arc. I feel like these 3 guys, Honor Arc touches your opponent's special summon monsters and makes them yours. I think these are the 3 guys you really need. I mean, I want to throw in Diamond Crab King, but I'm still really confused or really touchy on what I want to take out. But these 3 guys I think are necessary. These are I've tried so many other guys, Blade Ninja Armor, or whatever the heck his name is. I don't see him necessary for the deck, so it's just something I think you should watch out on. Going on to the side deck, I'm going to run through this really quick. Because it's, really, really basic. 1 Neos Alias, 1 Max C, another Miracle Fusion, another Poly, a 3rd Typhoon, 2 Spell Shattering Arrow for Ignites and Clease, 3 Forbidden Grave for anything that just uses grave effects, mostly Shaddolls and BA, 1 Fairy Wind for Ignites and all that other fun stuff, Ignites and Clease, 2 Curse Shield of Forbidden Spell, Clease, Ignites, Cosmoton. Anything that runs spells is basically what I'm doing it, because a lot of cards these days are running hella face-up spells. Anything that runs a lot of big spells are a lot of the cards. Mind Drain to stop stuff, stops a lot of hand traps. And then also Trap Sun, because Trap Sun is pretty mean. Because Trap Sun, you can never go wrong with a Trap Sun if they're running a trap-heavy deck like Satellars. That takes care of the deck profile. I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I definitely maxed out on my time this week. This deck profile is this is the deck that I will be taking to Chicago Top Cut Regionals this year in 2 or 3 weeks, roughly. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Play the deck, build the deck, change the deck. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And don't forget, you guys will be getting 2 videos this week because I forgot to post one last week. Hope you guys like, share, and subscribe to my other videos. Thank you and have a wonderful, beautiful night thing.